Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freedom lovers in Australia and around the world. Yes, this is episode 7 of Journey to the Top by the suspended then victorious Dr. William Bay, who is now the candidate for Queensland for the Senate for the federal election of 2025. Bit of a later broadcast this evening, but that's okay because I was out working, doing my doctoring, and sometimes you just have to get things done at any time you can. And I have committed to giving these daily updates, and so update I shall. Now, it is the end of the week, so I don't have too much content to talk about this evening. So I would like to invite you all actually to ask me some questions, make some comments, and I'm running this live stream from my PC this evening so I can see the comments, and hopefully we can get some interaction going. And if it's going well, we might do this as a regular Sunday thing. So this is a relaxed evening with Dr. William Bay. I've got my ginger beer here after a hard day's work, and I'm ready to relax and do the cafe locked out thing that Michael is so good at doing. So let's see how it goes for me. I'm looking to see if comments are able to be posted. And it says, yeah, it can be good. So if you're out there listening this evening on Sunday night, the 23rd of March, which is now just turned over to 24th of March, please say a hi or something come through. I will answer anything that you want. It's ask me anything about politics. You can ask me about doctor stuff, but I cannot give any medical advice. I can say general things, of course. But, you know, I'd love to talk about politics. Would love to talk about how to make Australia great again. I may be having some difficulties with this broadcast because I'm not seeing any comments coming up, or maybe that's just because there are not many people at midnight Sunday night logging in to hear the suspended then victorious Dr. William Bay. But that is A-OK. Should be an exciting week coming up this week. Maybe Anthony Albanese will be announcing the election for 2025. It's such a great opportunity for freedom parties to get into the Senate this year because you don't have to put the majors at all above the line. Many people are a little bit confused about voting, and the great news is with our preferential system of voting in the Senate, you do not have to put Liberal or Labor on the ballot at all, which is great because a lot of people don't want to give their votes to the duopoly, to the uniparty, and they get a bit tiresome of voting in the same party or the other party that one side of the same two cheeks gets in. But this time, with the Senate, you can vote all those Australian Freedom Alliance parties above the line, 1 to 6. You don't have to put any of the Greens or the Teals or the Labor Party or the Liberal Party, and they will get none of your money, none of your taxpayers' money, and you can just Freedom Party preference to your heart's content, and we will win. So we have our first comment coming up. Great to see that this is working on StreamYard, coming to you live from North Brisbane this evening. Good morning, Dr. Bay. Margie says, and Margie is correct. It is technically morning in the sunny state of Queensland, the state that I am campaigning in to bring greater justice, freedom, constitutional laws, and a lower cost of living to all Queenslanders and by extension Australians. And I would love it if you could vote for me above the line and also support the other Freedom Alliance candidates like Jerry Rennick, the Hard Party, the Libertarians, and hopefully One Nation will be joining us soon. That would be great to have them on board. I've also reached out to Family First, and I've also reached out to Legalise Cannabis, and hopefully they'll be joining in this alliance to defeat the duopoly too. So whilst we wait for any further comments, I do want to say that if you were unable to catch this live stream this evening at this hour of the evening, that's okay. You can put in your question in the comment below, and I will get to your question tomorrow, I promise. So on these Sunday night shows, on these Ask Me Anythings, ask away. If I don't see your comment this evening, I will answer your comment tomorrow on Monday. So that'll be a great way to get off to a running start at the start of the week on Mondays by answering the voters and the supporters' comments. Yesterday we had the Put the Greens Last rally in Toowong. Not as many people attended that rally as we had hoped. It was a very well-organized event. It was great to see the barbecue there, all the stands. There was free shirts given away. There was even a flyover by an aeroplane that said "Put the Greens last." So that was great organisation by the team, Event Australia. I think Monica Smith and the Libertarians who got that going. Great community event. It does make me wonder, though, what have we got to do to get the voters fired up to get out there and get people voting to save this country? So if you're out there listening tonight and you have any ideas how we can get everybody motivated into doing the right thing and voting above the line, getting those freedom candidates into the Senate, please put your comment then. I would love to hear about it and spread the message amongst our fellow Senate candidates. I thought Malcolm Roberts had an excellent speech on that day. Jared Rennick spoke as well. Interesting points he made about foreign banks, about how he started borrowing money here in Australia since 1985 with these foreign banks. And I've noticed myself over the years since I finished high school how our standard of living has been degrading, getting worse and worse until people are sleeping in their cars out in the southwest. No home, no sleep, no rest. It's just a terrible situation. How can you be healthy if you don't have a stable roof over your head and a stable job? As a doctor, I know that having regular income is so important for health, and that is why it depresses me to see the value of the Australian dollar eroded so dramatically and completely almost every year by inflation and government spending and foreign borrowing. That is why a dollar does not go as far as a dollar used to do, and you just can't get as much for your money anymore. That's how you make the people poor. You trick them by not raising taxes, but you inflate the money supply so each dollar can buy less and less and less. That is theft by coercion and without consent, and it gets under the radar. People don't know what's going on, and they think that's just a part of life. And I say no. A healthy money supply, a healthy country should not have the value of your dollar declining all the time. That's why I'm a believer in a gold and or Bitcoin-backed national currency, not this floating international fiat currency that we have, where the value of our Australian dollar is getting worth less and less. Why lock ourselves into a currency that's getting devalued all the time? How about we start using some real money? And that is what the Great Australian Party will do, is bring lawful governance to this country by reasserting the Constitution of the Commonwealth, not the Corporation of Australia. We will make sure that the Crown of the United Kingdom is adhered to, that the laws are adhered to the Crown and to the people, because the people are sovereign of this great continent, not the politicians who think they are our masters. We, the people, are their masters. They are our servants, and we're here to make Australia great again by remembering that. So if you've just joined us now, this is episode 7 of Dr. William Bay's Journey to the Top. This evening is a relaxed episode where I'm inviting you to ask me anything. It is an AMA episode where I'm having a ginger beer and inviting you to relax this evening as well. I've been to work. Maybe you're getting ready for work now, or getting up in the morning, or just coming home from work, or a night out with friends and family like me. And I'm happy for you to ask me anything about politics, the economy, my philosophy, religion, God, and even a little bit of doctoring. As long as it doesn't get too medically personalized, I'm fine with that as well. So, and again, if you cannot get to this broadcast this evening, feel free to put your comment below and I'll get to it tomorrow. This Saturday, coming up on the 29th of March, we have an event in Hervey Bay, the Tyranny of Silence. Great news is that the event is sold out. So that's going to be a fabulous show with Dr. Peter McCullough live streaming in. I'll be speaking there, as well as Dylan Oakley, Jared Rennick, Malcolm Roberts, and others. And I'd love to get the video out from there, either on the night or later on, about what gets said about the tyranny of silence. And really, the tyranny is continuing as we speak, because even though I'm able to do doctoring at the moment, there is still a lot of fear and intimidation in this country about what you can and cannot say, because you can get cancelled so easily from your job by not saying the politically correct thing. And isn't that a shame, where you and your family's livelihood is dependent on you towing the line? That is a disgrace. We should have the freedom to say whatever we want and without fear of consequences. If we don't have a society where we are not afraid to speak freely, we don't really have a healthy democracy at all, do we? So if you would like to say something, feel free to make a comment now. I'll answer your question, and I'll do the best I can to make it informative and entertaining from the best of my knowledge, truth, and belief. You may have seen my broadcast day 5, I think it was. I made my way down to the Supreme Court earlier this week, where I finally, after 3 months, got the paper document from my Supreme Court case win of Bay versus AHPRA QCS 315 of 2024. It took them 3 months to produce the paper document of the orders of the justice signed by the Registrar of the Supreme Court. So now that I've got that document in my hot little hands, I'll be able to use that with a paid law firm to sue AHPRA for damages. And I'm hoping for punitive damages as well, so we can teach those corporate bastards a lesson about the need and the right to informed consent. How dare they bully everybody into silence? They're still doing it right now. For those of you who don't know, I have 4 new investigations underway against me. One was for being too happy and confident and celebrating my Supreme Court victory, and other ones were for talking about ivermectin and the COVID vaccines. It's crazy that AHPRA still thinks they can pursue these frivolous and vexatious complaints, but they do because they want to scare other doctors and nurses into staying quiet. And that's why even today I hear about stories from my supporters and friends saying that they can't get the truth out of their doctors for anything. And it's so heartbreaking because I have people contacting me all the time to assist them with their medical injuries, but I cannot help them because I don't have private practice running at the moment. But what I can do and how I would like to help all the people with COVID injuries or other problems they need help with is empower the doctors via the political system, via the laws, to speak freely and to be protected by the law so they can say whatever they want about whatever treatment, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, vitamin D, zinc, fresh air, natural immunity, or even oseltamivir. Whatever the doctor wants to speak about, I'm all for it. I believe in decentralized, a freedom-based medicine approach where the intelligence of the doctor and the nurse and the paramedic is used, not some corporate guidelines from AHPRA with a medical board and a governing board that sits down in Victoria without a single doctor on the AHPRA board, and they dictate what we can and cannot say. Well, no more, no way, I say, because doctors are free and we must be freed to deliver healthy and effective advice to our patients always. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a low count of comments this evening. That's okay. I thought I'd give this Ask Me Anything event a try. Maybe there'll be a few comments under this post in the morning when I wake up. I promise you I will answer those on my episode 8 episode coming tomorrow, Monday, the 24th of March. But this evening, it has been me coming live from North Brisbane as I pursue my campaign to see if an average Australian like myself can make it to the top in this democracy in Australia. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care, sleep well, and God bless, and make Australia great again.